Hello and welcome to another video of mine. In my last video, I began a series on how to build your vocabulary. In this video, I'm going to continue with that. I started looking at the root of words in my last video. So this is a continuation of it. I'm going to give you more examples of the root of words and how it can help you to learn your vocabulary. So let's begin. The first root word that I want to tackle is A-N. A could be A or with N, and or just A, right? Now, this means not or without. Not, or it could mean without. Okay. And the origin of this is Greek, has a Greek origin. Okay. Now, let's take an example of a word that has this root word in it. An example would be like Abyss. Abyss, right? So we know that this means what? Without bottom. Without bottom. So deep, 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 right? Okay. So the root that we see there is the A. The A. Okay. And another example would be like achromatic. Achromatic. Okay. Now, when we say chromo, we need to see the word chromo. Chromo means color. It has something that has to do with color, right? So if you see achromatic, that means without color, right? Without color. Achromatic. Okay. Now an example with AN. AN would be anhydrous. Okay. If you know the root of the word hydrous, hydrous means something that has water in it, right? Hydrous, hydration, and so on. So if you have A, here you have an. So anhydrous, anhydrous. That's going to be without water, without water. Right. So the root of the word can help you come out with the meaning. Okay. Then another word root, the word A. This time, it can also mean on. Okay, the origin of this is from Latin. So for the Latin origin. Okay, so it's on. Example would be if you say some a fire. A fire. So a fire means that somebody on fire, something on fire. On fire, something on fire. Another example, think of ashore. Ashore. So ashore will mean what? On the shore. All right. Aside. On the side. All right. So these are some examples based on the roots. Now let's try another one. Another word like AB, right? AB. So it could be A or AB with S. So AS or ABS. Now that the meaning of this is away or off or from. So from, away, or off. Okay. And this has its origin in Latin. So let's look at an example. An example would be like abduct. Abduct. So abduct will be what? Carry away by force. Carry away by force. So abduct. Abnormal. Another example. Abnormal. So abnormal will mean away from normal, right? So away, ab. So ab, away from normal. You know the word normal and away from normal. Okay. Absent. So absent, that means what? Away or not present. These are all examples. Absent, that means away or not present. Okay, so these are some examples. Okay, if you see these words. Now, what about the root of word using A, C, D? All right, so A with C or A with D. If you see this, it means to, toward, or near. And this has its origin in Latin. Latin origin, okay. For example, let's look at the following. Example would be accelerate. Accelerate. So accelerate to increase the speed of, right? To increase the speed of. Of something. Then another word, let's say accessible. Accessible will mean easily entered or approached. or even obtained or obtained. So easily entered, approached, or obtained. Okay. And then let's try add one more here. Think of the word admit. Admit, add, right? Admit. So to admit, that means, or maybe admittance. Let's say admittance. Admittance. So admittance is going to mean allowing into. Allow into. Okay. So this just based on the roots of the word. Let's try one more here. Okay. Let's look at the word ACRO. ACRO, acro. Okay. So the word acro means top or height. Top or height. Or tip or beginning. Tip of something or the beginning. Yeah. And this has its origin in Greek. It's a Greek origin. For example, acrobat. Acrobat. So acrobat here, we can deduce that has to do with something that's height, right? So it's a high walker. Somebody walks on some form of height, a high walker. The word acronym. Acronym. So acronym is that, what does that mean? It means a word formed from the first capital letters of a word. So it's like beginning of a word, right? The letters are beginning. So a word formed from the first letter, from the first letter or letters of a word. And then one more example here. Acrophobia. Acrophobia. So acrophobia is going to mean what? fear of height. Phobia is fear, right? So the acro is height. So this will mean fear of height. Right, so you can deduce this easily. Phobia is fear. Acro means height, fear of height. So these are a few ways in which you can use some of these tricks. Okay. All right, there are some more words that we can look at. Okay. Let's look at a word like AER with sometimes with O. So let's have AER, sometimes with O, right? So AER, sometimes with O. This means air, right? It means air. And the origin of this is Greek. So Greek has a Greek origin. Okay. So examples would be like aerate, to aerate. To aerate means to let air reach something, right? To let air reach something. To aerate. Aerial, another word. Aerial, what do you think that would mean? Right, I hope you got it. It's an area that's relating to the air. Relating to the air. To aerate. What about aerospace? Aerospace. Again, aero, right? In its root of word, the aero. So that means the air space. Airspace, aerospace, airspace. Okay, see that? Air space. All right, let's look at another word. The roots will be AGR. AGR. AGR, sometimes with I. Okay. Or the other times it may be with O. What's the meaning of this? AGR or AGRI or AGRO. It has to do with farming. Anything that has to do with farming. Okay. And the origin of this is both Greek, has a Greek origin and Latin origin. Greek and Latin origin. So example would be what? Agriculture. Agriculture. So that means management of the land, right? Has to do with farming. Of land. What about agribusiness? Another example, agribusiness. What do you think that was going to mean? Okay, I hope you got that. That is going to mean what? Making money by utilizing land. That agribusiness. Making money. By utilizing the land. So that would be agribusiness. Another word, agrarian. Agrarian. What do you think that's going to mean? So it definitely has to relate with something that has to do with farming or managing of the land, right? So that means related to management of land. Of land. Another root of word. Like this time, let's look at the word ambi. When you see ambi, or the word amphi. Ambi, amphi. What does that mean? It means both or on both sides. Or around. And the origin has a Latin origin, so Latin origin. Example, ambidextrous. Ambidextrous. What do you think that's going to mean? Think about it in a few seconds. All right, so this word means able to use both hands equally. Able to use both hands equally. Okay. Ambidextrous. What else? Ambiguous. The word ambiguous. Okay. What do you think that would mean? Okay. So ambiguous means having more than one meaning, right? Having more than one. Having more than one meaning. Ambi. Okay. It can be on many sides type of thing. Okay. Great. I'll add one more here. Let's add the word ambivalence. So ambivalence, that was going to mean conflicting or opposite feelings toward a person. Conflicting or opposite feelings toward a person. Or thing. Ambivalence. Okay. Right. So I hope with these examples, you now have a little bit of an idea how you can use the root of words to determine the meaning of any word given to you. I'm going to make another video with more of these root of words. So see you later. Bye.